this year?
Well, I remember when I first arrived, I guess that first spring, he really performed at a high level. And I really thought the world of his performance. And then you remember he hurt his wrist. And that, I don't think people realize that was a significant thing, and he played through it the entire year. And then last year, I think he developed into a established starter who played at a very high level. And he's really a very, very good NFL prospect. He'll be a very good corner in the NFL.
He's kind of undersized a little bit, I think, or some people think he's a little short.
What did he measure at the combine?
Was it
5'11", I think.
5'11",
just under 5'11".
5'10 and a half, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, I think that he had a lot of people telling him that, whether it's true or not. I guess from an attitude standpoint and a talent standpoint, what did you know? Did you know immediately that he was special, and how do you identify a player like that early on in his career, knowing that this could be the end result?
Well, I did. Like I said, that first spring, I thought he performed at a high level. And I guess when you do it for a number of years that I have, you've been around enough of the great ones that you say, oh, this kid could be a great one. And I think he is. I think he's going to have a fantastic NFL career. Incredibly hard worker on and off the field. And if he's deemed to be a little short, I'm sure he'll make up with it with his speed and his vertical jump and his timing. And I think he's as skilled as anyone that's coming out this year.
When you're in those NFL rooms trying to decide who you want to draft in here now, and a guy maybe doesn't fit into the parameters of what people would consider the normal size for a position, like how do those conversations go? What are the things you look for that can maybe take you beyond that and not have lack of size or perceived lack of size come into play?
Well, everybody's a little different, right? But when you're talking about Denzel, so maybe he's a half an inch short. Okay, I get that. If he's 5'8", that's a different story, right? People say, well, why? Well, that much. When balls get caught by that much and they're touchdowns, that's how seasons are decided. Yep. So every inch counts. But I think you have to take into account his ability to track the ball, ability to jump, his arm length, all those things, because they're not cookie cutter. A 6-foot guy, well, a coverage radius of a 5'10" guy may be greater just the way he's proportioned. You don't know. That's why they do so much in-depth physical discovery on these guys to gather all the information they can. So when you're sitting in the room, if there's a guy who's way below your quote-unquote standards, then you really got to be careful, because Coach Parcells said it a long time ago. He says you start taking exceptions, pretty soon you look out on the field and you see a team full of exceptions. So you got to stick. You have to have the discipline to stick to your draft strategy. But what happens sometimes, if a guy can do something extraordinarily well, and then maybe one of his other skill sets, AE height, is a little less, you might be able to talk your way into that, but he's got to have exceptional abilities in some other